running for assembly in South Anchorage, and a lot of people have asked me, the first question is always why, and there are a lot of reasons why, but mainly it's because the people that I'm seeking to represent are my friends and my family and my neighbors, and I think that we deserve better representation in South Anchorage. We deserve a representative who's going to show up to community council meetings, who's going to answer constituent concerns, and who's going to be actively engaged in making this community a better place. And I think that in moving forward, like the previous question, after we deal with the budget shortfall, I am passionate about being part of the process of prioritizing what is important to us in this community and moving forward, because I want this, again, to be the same community that I grew up in, with the same amazing teachers that put me up here today. And I think that it's really important for us to all be actively engaged. So I thank you all for coming out, and I would look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Thank you. Mr. Horniman.
Hi, I'm Paul Honeman, running for Assembly on the east side, and for those of you that live in that district, I would appreciate your vote April 6th. I start this by saying that I don't believe I'm anyone special, although I think we're all somewhat special. I'm just a man who's wanting to make a better city for myself, my family, and for my neighborhood, and someone who understands this municipality in the last 25 years in serving you. One of the things that I've known time and time again, it's a pretty good-sized bureaucracy. And oftentimes you'll need help, whether it be a pothole, a street light, garbage service, police, fire, whatever it may be. You need to have someone that knows this city that can get you to the point and place to be able to get the answer you're looking for. And I guess I believe I'm that guy. So if you need my help, and you ever need my help, and you may, please give me a call. Again, I've spent a lot of my life protecting and serving this community, and I'm a little concerned about dealing with a hundreds of million-dollar budget, and I just hope that I can serve you proudly and, again, make good decisions in public policy and in budget areas. We need to make sure we spend efficiently and effectively for our services. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Clary.
Hi, my name is Andy Clary, and I'm running for the Midtown seat on the Anchorage Assembly. And I'm running because I feel that right now our number one priority, as was stated in the question tonight, is the fiscal crisis that we're currently in. We are in a difficult time, and tough decisions had to be made this year. Tougher decisions will have to be made the following 2 and 3 years out. Now is the time where we need to be living within our means. Those tough decisions have to be made. I feel that my background in technology gives me a unique perspective, one that you don't often see in an assembly candidate, and I'm ready and willing to step up and serve. As I go around, I've done a lot of door knocking this election already, this campaign, and the voters that I talk to, they're concerned about their job, they're concerned about the economy, whether or not they're going to lose their job this year, and I can relate to that, and I want to do what I can. All right, thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Trainee.
Appreciate it. I would like your vote on April the 6th. I want to return back to the Assembly representing Midtown. I was asked by somebody I was going door to door, don't you have any other horizons? Why don't you run for the State House or the Senate? My goal is to represent Anchorage on the Assembly. I think there's no place we can serve better than here in our local community, so Juneau can stay where it's at. But we do have some concerns, and one of those is something called deferred maintenance, that nobody has addressed that issue. When I was down in Florida, I talked to Mayor Ray Naglin in Louisiana after they got hit with the hurricane. And I said, what one thing did you learn from the hurricane? He says, FEMA walks away from anything that's called deferred maintenance. They send no dollars because you should have taken care of it. I asked Mark Begich when he was mayor, give me a list of all the deferred maintenance. He never did. My first request is going to be to Mayor Sullivan. I want to see the listing of all the deferred maintenance on our school buildings and our city buildings, because if we have an earthquake, or when the next earthquake happens, because it will, FEMA will walk away from any building that we did not keep maintained. And thank you for your vote.
Thank you. Ms. Johnston.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Johnston, and I really want to thank all of you for having this event tonight. I think these are the way that we should be making our electoral decisions. I wanted to clarify one of your yes-no votes, and you asked about outsourcing, and I don't really believe in outsourcing per se. What I do believe in is managed competition, and that is not for teachers, that is for your maintenance and your facilities. We have a lot of duplicate services between the municipality and the school district. and I believe in public servants, and I think a lot of public servants do a good job. And I would love to see where we'd have a, basically it takes a good, you need to set this up well, but basically they bid against each other for the pothole, how you fill that pothole. And sometimes what you'll find out between the private sector and the public sector wins the bid. But they win the bid because they've gotten rid of about 5 layers of middle management. The person that's the 5 or 6 people between you and the pothole. And that's the kind of outsourcing I look at.
Thank you. Mr. Clayman.
I'm Matt Clayman, and I'm running for re-election to the Assembly seat from West Anchorage. Anchorage needs a person with experience, proven leadership abilities, and sound judgment to serve the West Anchorage community on the Assembly, and I have been proud to be serving in that capacity, and included in that, I'm, as you all know, the first person to serve as acting mayor of Anchorage, and also the first person who has served as chief executive of this city who then returned to the Assembly. So I bring this enormous amount of knowledge about how city government functions, both from the legislative side and from the executive side, and I think that's a great asset to the Assembly and to the city, and so that's one of the big reasons I'm running for re-election. I know the biggest issue for all of you is education. They limit my time to make my closing, so I just want to say that education has always been and remains the foundation for our common future together. Education is where we find the diversity that is our strength, and I would certainly appreciate your vote in April, and happy to answer any questions after the forum ends. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you to all the candidates. I think at this time a round of applause for all of them. And for the rest of the evening's festivities, again, thank you, all of you, for showing up, not only the candidates, but also everyone in our audience. We have some, when they sold it to us, they said it was going to be some fantastic food.